Welcome back to another pull list video. We are looking ahead at the 30th of December to see what books are coming out and what books are on my pull list. If that sounds like something you want to watch, stick around and I'll see you in a few seconds. Fifth week of any month is usually the dregs, where there's not a lot coming out. And this is true for this week for me because I only got 4 books on my green light list, but I got a few other yellow lights that I'm going to show you as well, just in case there's something that I might not spot and you can help me figure out. I'm going to start with Marvel right off the bat because there's more Marvel books for me than most others. I got X-Men issue 16. Man, there are some amazing covers here, and I'm probably going to say cover of the week right here. This is the Gambit, homage to Gambit and Rogue's First Kiss, that amazing X-Men cover. I love this sort of throwback, and just beautiful. There's also another homage to a Jim Lee cover as well. Lots of really cool homages. These are online exclusives, I'm fairly certain, but these are just fire covers. X-Men's been really great. It's one of those books, though, that is only really enjoyable if you're reading a bunch of the other Hickman books. It's sort of as a tie-in, expanding the universe, but not a single storyline all the way through. And that's frustrating to some readers, I know, but I'm reading enough Hickman that I feel like it's always a world-expanding event reading an X-Men issue. So this is issue 16 of X-Men. There's just a ton of really cool covers. So this is definitely the highlight of the week for me, cover-wise. However, close second would be Wolverine issue 8. Man, Clayton Crane killed this cover. This is just amazing, and I'm sure you're going to hear a ton of people buying this and trying to get it and going for the rainbow Clayton Crane signature. There's just a ton of cool ways you could go with this. He's always dropping fire online at his shop. For me, there's a Bill Sienkiewicz cover that's really cool for this one. Wolverine's been great. In fact, his stuff during the Ten of Swords was some of the best Ten of Swords tie-in storylines. So I've really been enjoying Wolverine, so I'm definitely going to stick with it for a little while and see kind of where it goes. I will also say this Art Adams cover, which is showing the Age of Apocalypse team, is also really cool. I am currently in the middle of trying to finish and read the Age of Apocalypse for the first time ever. It was a huge 90s event with tons of books. So I'm slowly reading my way through it for the very first time, and I'm going to probably do a review breakdown at some point to let you know what I think, because this is kind of considered one of the big Marvel X-Men events, and somehow I just never saw it. So here we go on that. So those are my 2 green lights from Marvel. I got 2 yellow lights. One of them is King in Black, Iron Man, Doctor Doom. That idea sounds very intriguing to me, and if you're getting all the King in Black books, this is probably going to be one that you're checking out. I don't know what's going on these covers. Both of the cover A and B have the weird worm stuff going on. Look a little creepy to me, but I generally really like Doctor Doom books, so this might be one that moves into a green light if I check it out and the art intrigues me enough. So for those King in Black fans, those Doom fans, or those Tony Stark fans, here we have King in Black, Iron Man, Doctor Doom, issue 1. My other yellow light book is a new Ghost Rider book. It's Ghost Rider Return of Vengeance, issue 1. They're bringing back an old creative team that invented the third, I think it is, a Ghost Rider character, Danny Ketch. So this is going to be a storyline by those creators. I don't know which Ghost Rider characters will appear. It sounds like there's a new Ghost Rider in this storyline. My friend the Boy Who Had 7, Matt, would probably be interested in this book. I've never really read much Ghost Rider unless it's like a tie-in to something else I'm reading, like Spider-Man or X-Men or whatever. So I might just glance at this one, but I am intrigued by the idea of a new Ghost Rider storyline. Haven't had a lot of luck with reading some of those, so maybe this is the one to jump in and try out. This is Ghost Rider Return of Vengeance 1. All right, so that's it for Marvel. Let's check out what's going on at DC. My only green light at DC is Endless Winter issue 2. Thanks to all of you who watched these videos, I got a ton of recommendations that I missed out on Endless Winter 1 and should enjoy it. So I snagged it. My LCS was doing a 50% off, and I read that issue, and I thought, this is not a bad little start to a story arc. So this DC event, Justice League Endless Winter issue 2 is coming out, and I'm going to be trying that out still. I don't know if it's going to be a book that continues to hold power with me. It's going to depend on how good the second issue is. I like the use of Wonder Woman and Superman and its Fortress of Solitude, so we'll see. I haven't read a Justice League proper story in a while. I've been reading Justice League Dark more often, which is great, by the way. So that's my only green light. There is another yellow light for Dark Multiverse, the Tales of the Dark Multiverse. This is Dark Knight's Metal 1. That title is a complete, like, tongue tire. They've been doing these DC events through the lens of the Dark Multiverse a bunch lately. So this is Dark Knight's Metal in the Dark Multiverse, which to me feels redundant and unnecessary. This might be the one I'm least interested in all the ones I've shared with you so far. But I wanted to let you know about it. It's probably a red light, but this one is another one of those. If you're enjoying the Tales of the Dark Multiverse, you might want to check it out. My last yellow light at DC is Ginny Hex, issue 1. The Young Justice character, daughter of Jonah Hex, is getting her first solo comic, and you might want to check out this miniseries. I know nothing about her other than about her dad, and I've never read any of the Young Justice, so I'm not going to be probably getting this one, but I do know it's a DC #1, and I know a lot of people are definitely interested in this character. So there you go. My last yellow light at DC is Ginny Hex, issue 1. And that's it over at DC. So quickly we've gone through Marvel and DC. Let's see what indies are out there. I have one guaranteed green light I'm picking up for indies, and that's going to be I Walk with Monsters, issue 2 from Vault. I snagged issue 1, and I thought it was a fun read. Kind of a creepy story about a woman obsessed with killing horrible men, predatory men. And she has this monster sidekick man who works with her to kill these guys. So, if you've seen the movie Hard Candy, it has kind of a Hard Candy vibe to it. It's really creepy, and I enjoyed issue 1, so I'm curious how issue 2 goes. It's a good setup. So I'm going to grab issue 2 and see kind of how that story continues along. But I did enjoy I Walk with Monsters issue 1, and this is issue 2. Also on my list, as far as a huge book that I think is really good, is Kanto 2, The Hollow Men. This is issue number 4 of that story arc. I've moved to reading this in trade, so I will definitely be reading it in trade, but I hear issue 3 was incredible, and that a lot of people are pumped on issue 4 and what it's going to mean for Kanto and his journey. So I'm going to definitely be waiting for the trade on this. I'm hearing really good things, but it's definitely a fire book. I think there's no question that this is a solid read, and I've been enjoying everything I've read so far from these gentlemen. So that's Kanto 2, The Hollow Men, issue number 4. That leaves us with one last book on my indie list, and this is for you, Rod, just a Rican and His Comics. You might have just come from his channel as part of our Tag Team Thursday. Rod, IDW is dropping a new Transformers book. This is Transformers Escape, issue number 1. It's a mini-series involving a sort of worldwide event with our Autobots and Decepticons. If you're a Transformers fan like Rod, you might be looking forward to this IDW issue number 1. So it's a mini-series. It's not an ongoing. You don't have to worry about investing too much, but you might want to try it out if you're a Transformers fan like my buddy Rod is. For me, it's a yellow light. I'm not a huge Transformer fan. I watched the show as a kid, had the toys, but I've never gotten into the comics. Maybe Rod can drop a good starting line for Transformers comics in the comments down below or in the live chat while this is live premiering. That is it for me. That is it for December. That is it for 2020. We'll be back with more pull lists coming up here in January. Remember, we do Tag Team Thursday here. You came from Rod's channel at 6:30 Eastern. I'm 6:45. Then on to Old Wolf 65's channel for 7 o'clock Eastern. You get back-to-back-to-back content, and we're all hanging out here in the live streams talking with one another. So thank you all for hanging out, and I'll see you in January for the next pull this.